What's going on YouTube? Sundeep M3 back again with another video. Hope you guys are enjoying the uploads and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. We got the G80 in the shop right now, and today we're going to be installing lowering springs again. So you guys are probably wondering why we're doing it for the second time, and I decided to go with ASTs this time around since I wanted a more slammed flush look. After seeing so many G80, G82s at Cars and Coffee and just pictures online, I really like how the slammed look looks better compared to the Eibach. We just took out the first side right now so you can compare the Eibach V1 compared to the AST. So about similar height, but once they're on the car, we should be able to tell a difference. They're rated at about 1.4 inch drop versus the Eibach, which were about 0.8. So a little more than half an inch extra in the front, and then making our way to the rear, we should be getting another half inch as well. So the rear had about a 1 to 2 finger drop, and the front on the Eibach was about a 2 finger drop. So we should be able to see a difference, and stay tuned. So I'm picking up this video about 1 week later. I wanted to get situated with the AST springs and make sure there was no issues and everything was fine, and I could give you a better review on my thoughts after having it for some time and putting some highway and city miles on it. So going back to what you guys saw at Luis's place, we installed them fine, no issues. I know a lot of people don't like the ASTs because I think back in 2021 when they were first released, there was some issues where the front springs were binding pretty bad on each other. So what they did to prevent that, AST and Moton, is basically they did a black isolator that you guys could probably see in the B-roll clips. Basically that prevents the rubbing of the springs from each other and doesn't cause that binding issue. So I think after that, no one really had any issues with that, and I was just reading a bunch of forums and commented on a few other people, YouTubers posts, the Daily Driven, another poll, and they all said they had it for miles and it was fine, no issues. So then I decided to make that move and go with the ASTs over the H&R Super Sports and other brands. So let's make our way to the side and I'll show you guys the unveiling of the car. Let's get a further look first so you can see the whole appearance. Definitely looks way more stanced out and flush with the 15mm spacers and the Pirelli tires with the thick sidewalls. Gives it that super aggressive look. So making our way to the front, you guys can see right here, it's a barely a finger. Before it was 2 fingers with the Eibach, and I think stock is like 4. So it's a super nice flush fitment with the spacers. You guys can see right there. It does rub with the fender fins, but that's expected with the Pirellis and any type of spacers. I didn't want to carve them out or do anything. I didn't really care that much, so I'm sure when I just do full lock driving in reverse, they'll end up kind of wearing and tearing down like my old car did, so I don't really mind and not concerned with that. We'll make our way to the back now. Also a really great fitment. As you guys can see, a leveled look right here. Tire barely tucks, not really. Again, barely a finger gap. Before I think it was like a little over 1. So really good flush fitment. As you guys can see with the 15mm, doesn't really poke too much, slightly cambered look right now. I still have to get the alignment done. I wanted to wait like 2 weeks, usually just general rule of thumb, to make sure everything's great and no issues. and then I'll probably get it done next week and show you guys. As I mentioned to you guys earlier in the video, I did drive on these for about a week or so through city and highway driving, and I'm happy to say there's no sounds, no creaks, no issues, no spring binding, nothing like that you get with some other brands and manufacturers for different cars that I've had in the past. I can say these springs are definitely a stiffer ride than stock in the Eibach that I had, but by no means are they too slammed or anything causing issues like that. They drive fine, but also again, I do live in the city of Philadelphia and there's potholes and things like that, so I do hit them every now and then, so it's got to be a little more cautious. But I can recommend them as a really good spring option for you guys, and I would definitely do it again. And I regret not doing them the first time around when I had this car and going with the Eibach. So not to bash on the Eibach or anything, they're really great springs for that OEM plus kind of fitment, basically just dropping the front as you guys saw in my previous video. But that front look didn't really give me enough height difference, and also the rear just had like a little bit of gap. It was a good daily driver setup, which I do daily this car, but for the most people they would be happy with that if they're just looking for something OEM plus, like I was saying. But if you want that more stance look that's like almost similar to coilovers as far as ride height, then you definitely want to go with the ASTs. So let's jump in the car and I'll give you guys some driving impressions and you can see how it looks. Now that we got the car warmed up, let's go for a ride. I'll crack down the windows so you guys can just see and hear if there's any issues with that. So I'll go over some bumps over here too so you guys can get a better feel for this. Let me also hit the third button so I can close the valves so you don't get any other interrupted sounds. So again, I am in the M1 mode. Some slight bumps in the road here. It does hit them a little hard, but also that's due to the Pirellis and just the setup. But it doesn't bottom out or anything. I'm just hitting these a little aggressive for you guys. It's still not bad at all. I do have to go slow on certain things and kind of dodge some potholes. I'm not trying to bend my rims or anything around here. So it's pretty good. I definitely recommend it to you guys for a spring install. By no means is it any coilover type of setup. You still do get the occasional bounce and everything, but I'm happy with the stance and the look of the car. There's no issues with that. I didn't want any binding sounds or anything like that, so that was definitely improvement. I'm happy with how the install went. If you guys in the area, definitely let me know. I can hook you up with someone to get your G80s done, or G82 even. Smooth process. My guy Luis did a really good job again. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the AST springs first, the change I did from the Eibachs? Would you do the H&Rs instead or go coilovers? I know there's also the height adjustable ones as well by KW and other brands like MSS, and even AST makes one. But I don't really need all that adjustability. I'm happy with just a one set drop. Plus I know a lot of the guys with the KW Haas kit end up maxing it out all the way and they're still not happy with the drop, so figured I might as well just get the lowest springs and just set it and be done with it one time and not have to worry about all the adjustment. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Sandeep M3 out.